Breeding Steel Nebula Guppies for Profit, Volume 2. Good morning, fishy folks. Happy Sunday fun day. Today we're going to talk about breeding guppies for profit. Steel nebulas. Nebula steels, I don't care what you call them, they are gorgeous. And by the way, this is Volume 2. So, in the first video, I kind of introduced this little series, but I didn't really talk about the price and the actual profit part and what it costs to get set up. So let's start with the basic costs. 10-gallon tank, $10. $1 per gallon sale. You can get them used cheaper sometimes. Let's just say you can't. We know you can buy it for $10. Aquarium Solutions sponge filter, $5. That's 15 bucks so far, right? You got airline. We'll call that $1 to make it easy. And you're going to need an air pump if you don't have one. This is assuming you have nothing. If you have something, then of course your cost will go down. I would guess most of us have a spare 10-gallon tank or know where we can get one pretty cheap, less than $10, but you know. So right now, what are we at? 16 bucks plus an air pump. We'll say, what, $10 for an air pump? $26. You don't need this. It depends on your water, so we can't really include that. And then you need some plants. Let's say you buy a portion of Java moss at your local fish club for $5. $31 for the tank setup. Okay? Now the fish. I bought these fish on Craigslist. There were supposedly 12 fry. I didn't count them because they were fry for $10. I think I got them down to 8. Let's just call it 10 though. So where are we at? 41 bucks. Okay. Steel Nebula Guppies. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I counted 11 now. You know, one of them could have been moving, but whatever. So $41. So I need to sell $41 worth of fish to break even. Okay. Now, if this is your tank, and you know, you have food, there's a cost there. You have water changes and electricity, but those are all costs that can be varied. So I can't really, they're not fixed. I can't add them into the quote. If you have well water, water's free, obviously. If you have solar, or you know, something else for electricity, it makes it really cheap. I guess really it's just solar is what I'm talking about. But anyway, back to the point. $41 to start the tank. Well, that's what we gotta sell to break even, and then everything after that is profit, right? How do you sell fish? Well, I sell them online because I'm comfortable shipping fish. Knock on wood, I've shipped quite a few shipments and haven't had one problem. Had a couple delays in shipping, but no problem. I've shipped all the way to the West Coast. Obviously, I'm on the East Coast, 3 days. In heat to Texas, no problem. But if you can't ship, where are you going to sell them? Your local fish store. We've talked about how to start that process. Craigslist. You know, your local fish club, their auctions, their monthly auctions, or their, you know, usually they have two big two big yearly, oh, Jesus Christmas, 2 big bi-yearly, that's what I'm trying to say, auctions. You could sell them there. The most profit is selling them direct to another customer. A retail sale, if you'll call it that. A wholesale sale, which is like you selling to the local fish store. Well, let's say they sell these in their store for $10. They're not giving you more than $3 a piece for these, which isn't bad for a guppy if you're selling them wholesale. But in the real world, that $3 guppy, because they sell them for 10, you might sell for 12 online, or 15, or whatever you decide to sell them at. Yeah, so that's Breeding for Profit Steel Nebula Guppies Volume 2. Let's talk about food. So, and temperature. So this tank is cooler than some of my other tanks. It's 0 degrees. Well, that kind of was a fail, wasn't it? Oh, stand by. We'll walk down here to this tank. Actually, it's 79 degrees, so it's not cooler. Let's look. I just put new batteries in all my China temperature probes. That's right, China temperature probes. You don't like it? Unsubscribe. I call them that because that's where they are made. No, I'm just busting on that guy that didn't like me when I said China filter. And this tank, oh, look what I did. This tank is cooler, 76. Now, there's an AC vent right here, but the AC was off last night, so I know why it's cooler, dummy. The heater's way over there, and I just have a, this blanket keeping warm air in. Well, we're down to 75. The point I'm trying to make, I should probably get there, is the warmer you keep them, the faster they'll grow, and the more food they'll consume. So you have to find a balance in breeding for profit of, do I heat the tank, do I not heat the tank? And if you don't heat the tank, what temperature is the water at? Is it going to be warm enough for them to breed? And is it going to be warm enough for them to breed and warm enough for the fry to grow quick enough to sell? This tank is actually colder than I originally assumed and told you, because now it's at 75, which is fine. I'd prefer 76, but 75 is fine. Alright, Breeding for Profit Volume 2 Steel Nebula Guppies has been completed. Please like, comment, subscribe, and if you like what you see, share it. And if you like what you see in my other videos and you want to buy something, these are not for sale yet, please email me at michaelsfishroom@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to send you an up-to-date stock and price list, which changes every couple weeks based on what I have in the fish room and what I sell. And I'll ship you some fish. Hope everyone has a great Sunday fun day, and maybe I'll see you in a live stream tonight, or not my live stream, maybe my live stream. Ooh, no, definitely not my live stream. Now I'm babbling, so it's time to go. Bye-bye. Good morning, fishy folks. Happy Sunday fun day. And today we're going to talk about breeding for gut profit. Chef fudge. Steel Nebula Guppies Volume 2. You forgot breeding for profit. It's kind of the important part. Breeding guppies for profit. Steel Nebula Guppies. Why is it shaking? Holy Jesus, it's an earthquake! No, you're just an idiot. Breeding Steel Nebula Guppies for Profit, Volume 2. Volume ni, Japanese. Volume 2. Volume 5. I think that's German. Breeding Guppies for Profit, Steel Nebula Guppies. Breeding Steel Nebula